Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shunichi Takahashi from LinkJ. So thank you very much for joining us today at the Global Life Science session. Before we begin, I'd like to share a truly exciting news. The last night, as you know, the Professor Sakaguchi, Osaka University, was announced as a Nobel Prize laureate. You know, it's another great moment for Japanese science to be recognized on the global stage. And as someone who worked in the same field during the same era, I feel deeply honored and personally moved by the achievement. So I just wanted to share with you. And let's go back to the session. And again, thank you very much for joining us today. So, and also I'd like to extend a special thank you to Mr. Tanaka, the CEO of Japan Bioindustry Association, for taking time out of a busy schedule to be here with us. So this Global Life Science session is held annually. On the day before the BioJapan, and to bringing together their life science clusters and support organizations from around the world. So specifically this year, we are welcome to the 11 clusters and startups from 9 different countries. It's a great opportunity to provide the global exchange and collaborations. So specifically, earlier this morning, we also had a different event, UK Life Science session, co-organized by the Medicity, Medicity of the London and partners and the British Embassy. So the leading UK institutions and organizations such as the Francis Crick Institute presented the cutting-edge research. It highlights the importance of sharing the global insight to advance our community. And in this session, we're going to have many, the startups. And here I'd like to also briefly explain about LinkJ. So LinkJ is a nonprofit organization dedicated to fostering innovation ecosystem. And now we have around the 1,000 member organizations, which include the leading pharmaceutical companies and the top research institutions and startups and venture capital firms, forming the largest and vibrant community. So, and also, what should I do? Sorry, I totally forgot. Oh, yes. Next March. Next March marks our 10th year anniversary, and we are looking forward to expanding our activities even further. And last but not least, at the end of this event, we offer, networking opportunities. So please take full advantage of this opportunity to connect, to expand your connections and also explore the potential collaborations. And then, so again, I'd like to thank you again for joining us today, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Takashi-san. So then we'd like to have next opening remarks from Mr. Tetsuya Tanaka, the Executive Director from Japan Bioindustry Association, the main organizer of the Bio Japan conference. So, Mr. Tanaka, please.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tetsuya Tanaka from JBA. Thank you very much for inviting me today. JBA and LinkJ has been a good business partners for many years, and I really appreciate that LinkJ organizes this kind of event on the day just before BioJapan. So I'd like to talk about some topics in Japan's bio industry as my opening remarks. So, okay, so our time is limited, so I give you some background information in about 5 minutes. Okay, the first of all, market size. Please look at the right side chart. If you look at only at the high-tech bio industry, excluding primary sectors like agriculture and fishery, the market size is about 34 billion US dollars. But this figure is from 2019. So on the next page, I'm going to show you the trend and latest number. Sorry. So by 2025, it is expected to grow about 50 billion US dollars. So the bio industry is one of the few industry in Japan that is steadily growing. So the next is a government policy. So if you want to understand the Japanese government policy on life sciences, I think the best place to start is Bioeconomy Strategy 2024. It is very comprehensive, and it gives you a clear picture of the overall policies. So this is the outline of the bioeconomy strategy, but I skipped this page. And if you are interested in the bioeconomy strategy, so please check out the website of the Japanese government. So next is a cluster. So the WIPO, the World Intellectual Property Organization, published a ranking of innovative clusters based on the number of papers and patents and VC deals. So according to that, Tokyo and Yokohama is ranked second. But this ranking is not limited to life sciences. So according to MedCity UK survey, Tokyo ranks number 6 in life sciences. In fact, the greater Tokyo area has a strong bio cluster. So the Japanese government has certified the greater Tokyo area as an international biocluster. It is called GTB, Greater Tokyo Bio Community. So the Japanese government has selected 2 global bio communities and 6 regional ones, and the JBA has been taking the lead as secretariat of GTB. So the goal of the bio community initiative is to attract investment by connecting with bio clusters abroad. So this slide shows the main areas of GTB. Within the GTB, Greater Tokyo Bio Communities, there is a strong concentration of bio-related activities. We also have many facilities, including pharmaceutical companies and National Research Institute and the International Hospital and the top universities. So of course, LinkJ, I put the circle, red circles, and LinkJ is also an important player. And also, I put the circle on the BioJapan in Yokohama. So lastly, I'd like to briefly mention what the JVA is about. So JVA is the largest industrial association in Japan. Right now, we have more than 500 corporate members. Even a car maker like Toyota is one of our members. And also, JBA is a Japanese representative of ICB And we currently have 35 global partners. And these are our key activities. Number one, first of all, we work closely with the Japanese government, and we have intensive dialogue with the government. And also, we make a policy proposal to policymakers. So we have been, working to reflect our views in government policies. The second, we have a lot of study groups to learn about the latest knowledge and policies, and also discuss the common issues among members. And the third, we promote open innovations through BioJapan and GTB. So the time is up. So tomorrow, so BioJapan finally starts. So see you at BioJapan. And also, I'm sorry, so I have to head to Yokohama right after this presentation. So if you'd like to talk more, catch me there, and let's continue our discussion. Thank you very much. So see you tomorrow at BioJapan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tanaka. So now we are going to start the presentations by 11 overseas organizations. So after introducing the activities of their organizations, they're going to introduce startups and such or research institutes in their respective countries or communities. So as I mentioned, please be ready to come to the podium when your turn approaches. So our first speaker this afternoon is the UK Bioindustry Association from the United Kingdom. Please.
Good afternoon. There we go. It is an honor to be here and an honor to speak first as well. So I am Martin Turner, Director of Policy and External Affairs at the UK Bioindustry Association. I don't actually have any startups or companies with me because there was a whole UK symposium this morning already mentioned, but they are around at BioJapan, so you'll get the chance to meet them. So the UK Bioindustry Association is the UK's life sciences trade association. We enable and we connect our sector and the businesses within it to start, grow and deliver world-changing innovation. Like the JBA, we do three things. We influence policy, helping shape the environment in the UK to help those companies to start, grow and deliver. We connect the sector through events and through international outreach such as this. And we help our members save money on lab supplies and other costs to business. We are a very powerful trade association in the UK with very strong links into the UK government, and we have been working very closely with them over the past few years after the new government took power, a Labour government in the UK, to help shape the UK's life sciences strategy. We really sit at the heart of a very vibrant ecosystem of not only companies, but of charities and government organizations and investors. And our members of startups, scale-ups and global pharmaceutical companies cover a range of different areas from advanced therapies, diagnostics, genomics, tech bio, which is what we call the application of AI to drug discovery, and also engineering biology beyond human health as well. So we are a trade association that represents human health biotech companies, but also non-health industrial biotech companies as well. We have 600 members across this range of companies, which represents a very large proportion of the UK ecosystem. Although we work to support our member companies, whatever stage of development they are at and whatever area of work that they undertake, we do have some areas of focus that guides our work. Shown here, tech bio, as I said, the application of AI to drug discovery, genomics, skills, so helping our members develop the next generation of talent, manufacturing, engineering, biology, and most importantly, finance, helping our members attract investment, be it venture capital or tax credits or government R&D grants. We also do a range of other things around access to medicines, cell and gene therapies, intellectual property, and regulatory work. So that's about the BIA, but about the UK ecosystem, which is what I'm here to talk about today. The UK ecosystem is really a world leader, potentially and most probably the most significant life sciences cluster outside of America. We have 4 of the top 10 global universities. We have the second highest budget for health R&D in the world as a percentage of GDP. We rank 3rd for life science papers globally, and we have 6,170 companies, 94% of which are SMEs and 25% of which are engaged in manufacturing medicines. Those companies employ over 3,500 people, generating $200 billion in turnover. Looking specifically at venture capital investment into our sector, the UK is the leader globally outside of America. As you can see, between 2017 and 2024, it attracted almost £11 billion in venture capital investment, far exceeding other European countries. Sadly, nowhere near Boston or San Diego or San Francisco, but a very significant amount of capital invested into the sector, much of it coming from overseas investors as well. So we have a high proportion of American investors investing in our sector and European as well, and a growing number from the Middle and the Far East as well. And we really welcome all of that investment. All of that is made possible because we have a fantastic ecosystem of amazing, very well-known universities, Oxford, Cambridge, and Imperial. Some fantastic health data sets. So because of our NHS, which has all patients from cradle to grave, we are able to collect an awful lot of information on patients' health, their lifestyles, and the progression of disease over time, and make that available to researchers, whether in academia or industry. And we have that NHS as well, which enables you to run large-scale clinical trials across a diverse population, ethnically diverse and socioeconomically diverse as well. And then finally, we have the Office for Life Sciences, which is a specialist part of the UK government that sits between the health department, the science department, and the business department. And that is a department within a team within government of 120 people who are there to support our sector. And if you're a company coming to the UK, they will help make introductions to the right people within government, be it regulators or funders or whoever else you need to speak to. Of course, BIA is also always here to help with those type of introductions as well, and connecting you to the wider ecosystem of companies and universities, etc. We have, as I mentioned at the beginning, developed under the new government a life sciences strategy as part of a wider industrial strategy as well, that the government, within that industrial strategy, the government has identified 8 priority sectors, of which life sciences is one. It also, within another strategy, it has identified engineering biology as a frontier technology that it also wants to support. So that speaks to the industrial biotech and bioeconomy and biosolutions. And then finally, the strategy for the NHS itself is very innovation-led. As you can see, it's got a DNA helix on the front. So despite being about all of healthcare, the government chose to put that kind of symbol of life sciences innovation on the front cover of that document. Delving into what the life sciences strategy commits to, it's got 3 pillars: enabling world-class R&D, making the UK an outstanding place to start, grow, scale, and invest, and then finally driving health innovation and NHS reform. Amongst its many announcements, it made a significant £600 million investment into the Health Data Research Service, which will be a single front door into all the health data in the UK, available for companies. £500 million of grant funding to help manufacturing investments land in the UK, for whether you're a foreign company or a UK company. And a commitment from the Prime Minister to accelerate clinical trials set up to 150 days. It's about 250 days at the moment, and that had the Prime Minister's personal backing, so that shows the commitment this government has to life sciences. Going over to the engineering biology strategy, this is a more nascent technology in the UK, but one that has serious backing from the government as well. So significant investment in R&D for engineering biology, for also scale-up manufacturing, and a dedicated package of support for companies to go out globally and make business contacts, and many of those companies and those officials in government are here in Japan for this week. Finally, the government recognises the national security and defence implications of this technology and is working to make sure that it is used responsibly, but also its development is promoted for the good of the UK and our allies as well. But I do want to highlight that none of this is just part of the new government's strategy. We have been supported by many years of strong policy support from various governments. So this is a strong and stable environment for companies to come and invest for engineering biology and for life sciences, where, as you can see, we've had many strategies over the past decade or more. So I'm almost up for time, so thank you very much for your time. I look forward to talking to you in the networking session.
Thank you so much, Martin. So then our next speaker is Invest Northern Ireland, from Northern Ireland, obviously.
Hello, everyone. Hope you can hear me. I'm delighted to be here today. Thank you so much to LinkJ for this huge honor. So my name's Oscar Hard. I'm Regional Director for Northeast Asia for Invest Northern Ireland, based at the British Embassy in Tokyo. So today I'd like to introduce Northern Ireland's vibrant life and health sciences ecosystem. So I'll start with a quick overview of Northern Ireland. We have a population of about 2 million. Northern Ireland's economy is about £64 billion, which, for context, makes it about the size of Hungary or Estonia. So we're the home of whiskey, which is very important for me. But more importantly, we're recognized as a global cluster in life and health sciences, and we're absolutely aiming to be a world leader in this field. So some history. Northern Ireland has a rich history of medical innovation, beginning with Lord Kelvin, who originated the temperature scale based on absolute zero. And the likes of James Murray from Belfast, who carried out research that led to the creation of milk of magnesia for digestive research. And then in 1965, Frank Pantridge from Belfast invented the portable defibrillator, which is responsible for saving thousands of lives every month. So to the present day, Northern Ireland is home to over 250 life and health sciences companies with nearly 20,000 employees in the industry. So the life and health sciences industry is worth nearly 2 billion to Northern Ireland's economy. And thanks to 1.3 billion of investment by the Northern Irish government, we have several vibrant clusters, including drug development, particularly in cancer, cardiovascular disease, and cystic fibrosis, digital health and AI, precision medicine and diagnostics, genomics, and also medtech and manufacturing, including companies like Japan's Terumo, who I'll mention later. This is backed by deep research capabilities. We boast two of the UK's top universities, the Queen's University Belfast, as well as Ulster University, with outstanding basic research and a strong track record of working with industrial companies. These strengths in industrial collaboration have led to many renowned partnerships, including Roche, Philips Healthcare, and Avellino Labs on things like cancer outcomes, AI and pathology, and therapeutic platforms for ophthalmology. There's also an upcoming Eureka Global Stars program for collaborative UK-Japan R&D going live later this month. So I'd encourage you to use this opportunity to investigate potential collaboration with Northern Irish universities and companies, and my team would be happy to discuss this with you. So just quickly, Northern Ireland has a large network of world-leading research institutions, 17 centers of excellence, with over 1,000 researchers across the region. It's a compact region, allowing these organizations to work closely together and with industry. These are just a few of the centers of excellence which have been supported by 1.3 billion of Northern Irish government funding, with particular strength in digital health and AI, clinical trials, and precision medicine as well. So I'll skip this interest as my time is going quickly. But just to say, there's a range of innovative growth companies in Northern Ireland's life and health sciences sector, all of whom are gaining national recognition, like Axial 3D, Cumulus Neuroscience, who you'll hear from later, CV6, who are producing oncology drugs, Neurovalens, who are designing cranial nerve stimulation technologies, and Sumrai, who develop and identify drug or therapeutic targets to improve outcomes through AI. Northern Ireland is also home to large corporates, including Allmac, Randox, and Diaceutics. Allmac recently committed to an £80 million expansion of their manufacturing facilities in Northern Ireland. And of course, Terumo, Japan's Terumo, their blood and cell technologies division, which includes a factory in Millbrook, producing capacity for blood and cell technologies, and also their Larne Harbour R&D Centre, which works closely with Queen's University Belfast. That's about nearly 300 staff and 40 million in annual turnover. So why do these companies choose to invest into Northern Ireland? Following the UK's exit from the European Union, Northern Ireland continues to be the only region in the world with tariff-free access into both the EU market and the UK market, which presents huge opportunities for business. So just quickly, we're from Invest Northern Ireland, the regional development agency. We're here to support you. We can support investors through recruitment, property searches, people and skills, helping build your networks, and also, where appropriate, financial incentives for serious investors. And we can also introduce Northern Irish companies to venture capitalists and to support your new business initiatives. Yeah, so very happy to support your initiatives. So finally, a question: would investing or working with Northern Ireland help your business develop new products, export globally, or build a pipeline of critical skills and talent? If the answer is yes, we'd be really happy to discuss with you. Thank you very much. So over to Siggy from Cumulus Neuroscience.
Can you hear me? Hello? Yes, here we go. Yes, so a real life Northern Irish life science company. So Cumulus Neuroscience is based in Northern Ireland, working globally on the mission to revolutionize the way that brain health is measured and transform the way that clinical trials in CNS for diseases like Alzheimer's and depressions are conducted. So just to set the scene, the problem that we're trying to address, drug development in central nervous system clinical trials has many challenges, leading to the highest failure rates of all therapeutics areas. And that ranges from translational challenges, the types of symptoms that we're trying to address, and the types of tools that really today are not fit for purpose snapshots, not very sensitive, and the combination of all of these leads to these very high failure rates. So Cumulus Neuroscience, together with our Pharma Advisory Board, which consists of the companies that you see there, really about 5 or 6 years ago sat down to really look at what is needed, what do we need to change in the way that we conduct these trials to change these outcomes for the better. And what the solution and the need from the industry is dictating that we need objective measurement, a broad range of domains, cognition, EEG, sleep, mood, and language, something that can be done in clinic and at home, and allows these measurements to be done over time and in a way that you can really have more objective needs and objective measures than today. So Cumulus Neuroscience developed the Neurologic platform. This is a platform that allows you to do dry EEG, a large battery of tests and validated assessments. It's already being used in multiple phase 0 to phase 2 biopharmaclinical trials, including in Japan, where we're expanding. We have our first customers here in Japan. And we really provide end-to-end white glove support for all parts of the clinical trials process. Our dry EEG headset, FDA approved, multiple award winning, is really the heart of the system, together with the AI-enabled cloud systems that do the automatic analysis. And we provide value through all the phases of drug development. So in phase 0, we're really looking at characterization of drugs, translational markers, confirming target engagement, moving on to phase 1 and 2, where we're really looking at efficacy, stratification, go/no decisions, the ability to do patient selection, stratification, and future possibly companion diagnostics. So the value that we bring is the early no-go decision, the ability to cut a trial that could go on for 2 or 3 years. If you're not seeing a signal after 6 months, we can help you make that determination early, identify new therapeutic use cases, and increase the probability of success, and really better decisions for your entire portfolio. So thank you very much for this, and you can find us at BioJapan. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much. So our next speaker is Wallonia Export Investment Agency from Belgium. Please.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for this opportunity to present Wallonia in Belgium. My name is Yuka Morita, Executive Director, Foreign Trade Division, Wallonia Export Investment Agency in Tokyo. Wallonia is a French-speaking part of Belgium, located in the south of Belgium and surrounded by France, Germany, and the Grand Duchess of Luxembourg. Belgium's capital, Brussels, is 1 hour and a half away from Paris, 2 hours and a half away from London by train. And in Wallon region, we have 2 airports in Liège and Charleroi. Liège Airport is famous as a logistic airport. We have a very good access to the major cities in Europe. By train, by air, by car, it is very convenient. And in Belgium, we have BioWing for the life science cluster. It's founded in 2006. More than 90% of Wallonia's established biopharma and health tech players are part of this network. And their strategic areas, biopharmacy, industrial service companies, radiation applied to health, and digital health. Wallonia's strength, excellence in academic and clinical research. We have 5 good universities in Wallonia and global leaders industrial footprint. We have global companies such as Catalent, Takeda, IBA, GSK, UCB, Thermo Fisher, Eurogentic Kaneka, polypeptide in this region. And we offer favorable tax environment and R&D incentives. A highly qualified workforce also. And funding support for entrepreneurs and startups are available. And strong public support. Wallonia, as our agency, Wallonia Export Investment Agency, give support to the companies invested and established in Wallonia to develop their business internationally. So for BioJapan, as every year, we join in a Belgium pavilion. And this year, we have 5 companies from Wallon region. And aseptic technology provide advanced aseptic processing solution for pharma and biotech. They specialize in fill and finish systems, isolators, and custom single-use solution with in-house clean injection molding to ensure sterility, flexibility, and compliance from design to production. DiaSource Immunoassays develops, manufactures, and markets clinical diagnostic DIA and ELSA products to endocrinology, autoimmunity, and infectious diseases. They are present in more than 75 countries with 85 distributors. Euroscreen Fast is new participant to BioJapan. It is a pioneer in GPCR science and has offered over 1,000 functional assays for more than 530 GPCR and other targets with human and animal orthologs. Euroscreen Fast also has an impressive deorphanization track record with 70 natural ligands identified. IT4IP develops, manufactures, and supplies track-etched membrane filters. Application for these materials include gas, liquid filtration, cell, tissue, culture, screening, diagnostic, bioanalysis, and transfusion medicine. And Kaneka Eurogentic is GMP certified CDMO expert in plasmid DNA, mRNA, therapeutic oligonucleotide, and recombinant proteins, peptide, and antibody fragments. They have been contributing the great deal to the production of COVID vaccines in recent years. Unfortunately, our co-exhibitors are not present here today, but please come to meet them at our booth at BioJapan. Our booth number is B69. And last important information, we have a beer networking reception at the second day, Thursday, October 9, from 3:30 in the afternoon. So please bring your business card and join our reception. Thank you very much. I hope to see you there.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to Belgian beer on Thursday. So our next speaker is Biocom California from the United States of America. Does anybody know?
Oh, it was turned off. Okay. My name is Joe Panetta. For 25 years, I was president and CEO of Biocom California. This past January, I turned over my role to a new CEO, and I'm focused solely on continuing to build our international relationships for California. California is the largest life science group of clusters in the world. We're the fourth largest economy in the world. Our life science industry contributes about $450 billion each year to the economy, and we employ about 400,000 people in the life science industry in California, just to give you a little idea of some scale. I want to talk to you a little bit about San Diego, though, because San Diego doesn't get as much attention as the rest of California does. And our life science industry actually goes back to the 1950s with the research institutes that were created then. And then in 1965, the designation of, if some of you have been there, the Torrey Pines Mesa area, which is now really the core of our life science industry in California, with researchers, scientists, universities, and a real heavy concentration of life science there. I'm going to skip through these slides a little bit because of time, but this gives you a little bit of a perspective on the size of the San Diego life science cluster. And here are many of the companies' names that you recognize that are located in San Diego within the San Diego cluster. What makes the San Diego cluster strong? Well, these are some of the factors that we really feel are foundational to the success of the California cluster. And I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to go through these quickly. And I want to talk to you first about service sector before I go on, because service sector is always really an anchor to making the life science communities successful. These are some of the various factors in the service sector that we have in Southern California and San Diego that really contribute to growing the life science cluster there. We have a very strong relationship with government. We work with local government, state government, and we have an office in Washington, D.C. that works on legislation and regulatory policy, working with our elected representatives and our FDA and our National Institute of Health as well. Biocom California is the largest life science association in the world. We have more than 1,500 members across California in the U.S. and many members here in Japan as well. We're very pleased to have a strong partnership with LinkJ from day one. We're very honored to be members of LinkJ as well. We were founded in 1995, and so we're a very well-respected voice of the industry. We have a strategic global presence. You can see on this map here our presence in the EU, as well as in Korea, in Japan, soon to be in Taiwan, Australia as well, and we continue to build global partnerships. So we'd love to work with everyone here and to continue to create the ties that we have between our industry in California and across the world. These are just some of the members of Biocom California from here in Japan. We are the leading voice for the most productive life science cluster in the world. We do 5 things: advocacy, capital development, and partnering for our members. We build community. We grow the talent base for the industry in California, and we provide over $500 million a year in savings on various products and services for our members. As I said, we've got a very strong engagement with our legislators, our Washington, D.C. office, as well as our offices in Sacramento and in the regions, work on policy. I want to skip to an important part of capital development, because I think for anyone here who wants to be more connected into the life science community in California, we have a new site that we've launched called Venture Hub. We have vetted more than 700 life science companies that are located on this Venture Hub. And if you are a member of Biocom California, you have the opportunity to look at partnering with these 700 companies that we have. We do many, many events each year. One of the conferences I want to mention to you is our Global Partnering and Investor Conference that takes place in San Diego each February. It's a very limited conference, but all of the major licensing and business development people from around the world come to our Global Partnering Conference. Talent base is important to us because we want to create a homegrown talent base in California. So we work with our universities to make sure that we continue to develop the courses and degrees that we need to grow our industry. And as I said, we provide over $500 million through our for-profit corporation core to our members. We also each year do a life science economic impact report. You can locate it on our Biocom website. These are just some of the numbers on San Diego from the Life Science Report, about $54 billion in economic input, about 71,000 people employed in the industry, and you can see some of the top venture deals that have taken place in San Diego. So thank you very much. We have a booth at BioJapan, but you can also locate us in the Bay Area and Los Angeles and San Diego, and you can find me at the conference this week. Thanks. It's been great talking with you.
Okay, thank you so much. And our next speaker is Invest in Skåne from Sweden.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Ling Jay, for inviting us. And I would like to stress we are actually the Kingdom of Sweden. In Kingdom of Sweden, what do we do? Well, we actually do the Nobel Prize. So despite the great numbers from the US and from the UK, you don't have the Nobel Prize. We do, and we were very happy yesterday evening in an event actually in a nearby building here, where we were hosted by Professor Okano, Professor Kinooka from Osaka, and Professor Jun Takashi from Kyoto. We were actually toasting at the same time the announcement that Japan once again got a Nobel Prize. So please engage with us. You see what happens. We get you Nobel Prizes. Anyway, I'm here actually with some colleagues as well. I will talk a little bit about them. I'm actually from the regional government of the southernmost region in Sweden called Skåne. We can say that we are the backside of Copenhagen, but it's the better side than Copenhagen because we're both cheaper and more clever. Sorry if any Danes in the room, but that's the fact. So just for you to get an understanding where in the world we are, since we are very far from home, this is actually the region of Skåne, so you can see it's actually on the borderline to Denmark and to the rest of the continental Europe. And actually we love our Danish friends because this part of Sweden has actually been Danish longer than it has been Swedish. But during the wars, Sweden took the last game and now we're Swedish. We are a region of about 1.4 million. And together with Copenhagen, we're about 4.4 million inhabitants. So we're actually the largest labor market in North Europe. And it's very great to see that we, for I think the 5th consecutive year, we're being ranked as the 2nd most global innovative economy in the world. And even more fun is actually that we're now #1 in EU. And that is a new ranking we got this year. And can you make a guess who we actually overtook the first place from? We really love that when that happens. No one in the audience? Denmark, yes, of course. We actually, once again, we hit Denmark with #1 position. No, but as you see, the Nordic countries are really a hotspot for innovation. You see both Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and Finland being really, really high up on the ranking. Something that is also very good about Sweden is that we provide almost fossil-free energy. We don't use any fossil fuels for our energy production. And that, of course, is something very, very interesting for companies that would like to keep a good profile and contribute to a better world in the future. And actually, it says second globally on the global sustainability rankings. It's also for 2025, we keep that position. If we just look on a regional, you can also see that we as a region, we score very, very high on the innovation index. So we actually, out of the 244 regions in EU, or actually including both Switzerland and UK, despite that some of them have left us, we were actually ranked on the 10th place as a region on the innovative scoring. Here are just some examples from the past, innovations coming from our region, like the first milk cartons by Tetra Pak. You have the medical ultrasound, you have the artificial kidney, you have the Nicorette chewing gum for smoking cessation, and many others. You have the asthma inhalator. The Bluetooth technology that you actually use every day in your cell phone is coming from our region by Ericsson. The facial recognition that you might be using when you're paying with your phone is also coming from our region. One of the more recent one is actually the edible invisible coating. It's a biofilm, also being developed in our life science cluster, really, for fruit and vegetables to take away all the plastics from fruit and vegetables. We have a really thriving startup and scale-up scene. About 38 new companies are being started daily in our region. We have a very strong support network for companies, robust innovation ecosystem, and many opportunities for collaboration. We're a really open economy. Our government says that Sweden, apart from many others, we are open for business. One more evident that we are really an innovative economy is that more than, well, the majority of the European patent application is actually coming from our region, and 40% only from the city of Lund, which is the home of Lund University and many tech engineering companies like Sony, for instance, being a Japanese company, and many, many others. We are also part together with Denmark, with the Silicon Valley, which is actually the largest life science cluster in EU. And I stress that EU, since I know that I have a UK friend here and maybe some Swiss, because they are actually larger than Silicon Valley. And probably if we would have seen a consolidation of the publication, we will probably be right on the top list that was presented by the keynote introductory a little bit earlier today. It's about 1,700 life science companies, approximately half of them in Denmark and the rest in Sweden. Denmark has the big companies and we have the startup scene, you can say. So in Denmark, you have, of course, like Novo Nordic, Lundbeck, Ferring, and many others. Ours are much more of the startup and scale-up type of companies. About 70,000 people are working in the region, purely in life science companies, and we have created about a little bit more than 12,000 jobs the last 5 years in the sector. If we then go back to Skåne a little bit only, we have about 800 plus companies. 5 or 60 of them are actually directly involved in different type of developments in pharma, biotech, medtech, and diagnostics. And this actually constitutes about 27% of the total drug pipeline that we have in Sweden. And as you can see, very few large companies are actually being present in our region, but the vast majority is really startups and scale-ups. This is just a snapshot of the current pipeline that we're working with. It's about 75 projects that is up for partnering in different phases of development. So both from discovery phase all the way to market and commercial activities. So if you're interested in looking into that, please reach out. We're also at BioJapan at booth B80. We can take you through these projects. One thing that I would like to mention about Sweden is that we have something called the professor's privilege. And that is kind of unique. And that means that if you're working in an academia and you come up with an invention, it's actually your invention. It's not a university invention. And that actually makes the reason why we have so many startups and we have so many in tech transfer. It's really a great thing because people really also get into the entrepreneurial mode of really bringing their science into business. If you just look on the region, we have about 5 universities, 4 science parks, 9 cluster organizations, test beds, incubators, accelerators, innovation support. And I will not go through all of this, but if I just mention something, Lund University, the highest globally ranked in Sweden, on 72nd place in the QS ranking. A little bit more than 4,500 researchers, 46,000 students, 20% actually international from all over the world. And currently there are 60 active spin-offs with a portfolio value of almost $5 billion. And actually I also would like I have a colleague from Lund University with us, Professor Anna Falk. Can you raise up there? Maybe? Yeah. Professor Anna Falk is the head of the Lund Stem Cell Center and is really into the iPSCs. If you're into stem cell research, you should talk to her in the mingle and the break. And then I also brought Smile Incubator and Venture Hub. Ulrika and Thomas, can you wave? Yes, over there. They also have a very impressive track record of both companies going through the incubator as well as the money that they have raised, both by different IPOs and mergers and acquisitions. And also very good to see the balance on females actually also having the chance to really run companies and fulfilling their dreams of being successful life science entrepreneurs. I also would like to mention this. This is kind of unique for our region, that we have really advanced research facilities like the MAX4 laboratory at synchrotron. We have the European spallation source that has just actually been opened up for the first trials. It's similar to what you have also here in Japan, which is Nanoterasu, I think it's called. So that is another great opportunity. And some other where companies can really be exploring new innovations. So just to conclude, one thing that we are offering, I heard others offering here, is that we have like a 90-day trial program. So any company that would like to trial out our region are free to come there free of charge and having an introduction to our ecosystem. And we have actually quite a esteemed presence of Japanese companies in our region, ranging from Nipro, we have Astellas, we have Mitsubishi, Fanuc, we have Omron, Hitachi, Toyota, Mitsubishi. So hopefully we will also see you coming there very, very soon. And please do visit us in the booth B80 at BioJapan or talk to us in the break or in the reception afterwards. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Sally Townsend, and I'm from the South Australia government, based here in Tokyo at the Embassy of Australia, here with my colleague Michael Suzuki. I cover Japan and Korea, and today I'm going to introduce South Australia before I introduce two representatives of fantastic South Australian companies that can give you a better idea than I can. Like Skåne, we are a very small state at the bottom of Australia. We're directly south of Tokyo, so we're actually only about 1.5 hours ahead of Tokyo in South Australia. Our capital city is Adelaide, where most of the population is. So we have almost 2 million people in the state, but as you can see, or as you can probably imagine, most of the state is desert, but we're all down the bottom in Adelaide. We're about, oops, here we go, in a very, very compact city called Adelaide. This is a picture of our North Terrace. So Adelaide City is made up of 4 terraces. It's a square. You can walk from one to the other within about 20 minutes. And this is where our biomed life science ecosystem is really centred. South Australia's main universities are here, University of Adelaide and University of South Australia. Our cancer network is here. Our Women and Children's Hospital and Royal Adelaide Hospital are situated here as well. And the beauty of this is they are all 20 minutes from Adelaide International Airport, which makes business very, very easy. We also have, we don't have Nobel Prize in South Australia. However, we've been named the world's most livable city, recently the world's friendliest city, and we also have fantastic vineyards and all sorts of fantastic things to enjoy while you're in Adelaide as well. But I'll introduce my two representatives from two different companies here, Biosina and Fertilus. Biosina will be exhibiting at the Team Australia booth at BioJapan D125, and Fertilus will be coming down with me to Osaka, where we have an event at the Australia Pavilion where South Australia is a gold sponsor. But over to Fertilus first. Thank you, Roger.
Thank you, Sally. And thank you, everyone. It's a great honor to be here at Link J. I'm here representing Fertilus. We're a medical device startup in South Australia. And we're proud to say we've entered Japan. We've entered the market here. Fertilus was founded by two of the world-leading IVF scientists, Professors Jeremy Thompson and David Gardner. And together they asked a simple but powerful question. Why has the way we perform IVF barely changed in 35 years? For decades, embryologists, they're the scientists that are in the labs doing IVF procedures. They've worked with tools that are manual, complex, physically demanding. Not only are they using their hands, the tools now demand them to use their feet in order to do IVF. And they're doing all of this while handling cells that are microscopic, that are precious. We're talking about eggs here for the potential for life. Our mission at Fertilus is to change all of that. Life itself is small. A human egg is just 100 microns in size. A sperm is 10 microns. These dimensions have challenged IVF innovation. But now something extraordinary has changed. The Eiffel Tower that you can see here has been 3D printed. It's the size of a grain of sand. Australia is famous for its beaches. South Australia has fantastic beaches, but the size of a grain of sand. Look at the features that are on that Eiffel Tower. Finally, the technology has caught up that allows us to utilize this to engineer at the scale of life itself, the cellular level, and to build structures that protect and support the human eggs, the embryos as they grow. We are the only company in the world that is perfecting this technology specifically for IVF. And our products, we've released two breakthrough products. Whenever you think of IVF, you always see this image of an egg and a needle going into it. That's fertilization, and that procedure is called ICSI. And the thing that's actually holding the egg is actually, it's a vacuum. It's holding onto it, it's sucking onto it because it needs something to grip that egg. We've designed an egg cup for egg fertilization. No longer is a vacuum required. Micro-ICSI simplifies one of the most delicate IVF procedures, which is sperm injection. And it makes it faster, safer, more consistent. And our other product, microbiopsy, that's to do with genetic testing of eggs. There's no point putting an egg that's ready for implantation into someone if it's going to fail. This testing ensures that you only transfer the ones that have a high chance of success. Microbiopsy gives embryologists greater testing and control in embryo testing, improving accuracy and cell survival. And both of these products are already in the hands of leading embryologists internationally. And the feedback we're getting is outstanding. It's simpler to use, it's faster to perform these procedures, and it's gentler on these precious cells. And our collaboration with Japan is central to our future. Japan is a country that leads in precision manufacturing. Its life sciences innovation is wonderful, and careful clinical experience exists within this country. In Japan today, IVF is not niche. Every year, Japan performs almost 600,000 IVF procedures, making it the world's second largest market by volume. And there's over 600 clinics here that are providing those services, reflecting the maturity of clinical practice. Through our Japanese partners, we are collecting crucial market and user information, which will guide our regulatory and our commercial pathways into Asia and beyond. And these insights will help us shape how our future products are adopted globally. We believe the future of IVF is one where cells are protected, but they're not stressed, that embryologists have confidence, that they're not fatigued doing their day-to-day job, and that success rates rise for clinics and for patients. And we're building that at Fertilis. I'll now hand over to Rick.
Thank you very much. So my name is Rick Wagebuur. I'm the Senior Business Development Director at Biosina for Asia Pacific and Europe. And I will provide you a short but comprehensive overview of what we do at Biosina. Now, who is Biosina? We are a global end-to-end CDMO based in Australia, focusing on drug substance and small molecule and biologics for drug product. In our drug substance platform, we focus on microbial recombinant protein expression. We do plasmid DNA, we do mini-circle DNA with patented technology, messenger RNA, and we can encapsulate all of these products in lipid nanoparticles. That happens in the site in Adelaide. In our site in Perth, we do biologics and small molecule drug product, where we have 10 sterile fill finish lines with different technologies. We do vials, blow-fill seal, pre-filled syringes, you name it. We have a capacity for vials from 1 milliliter to 250 milliliters, so a broad range of possibilities there as well. And we also have capabilities to do small batches for preclinical proof of concept up to phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trial material provision. And we also can do commercial manufacturing capabilities at our site in Perth. Yep. Big differentiators. I won't spend too much time here, but know that our facilities are FDA, EMA, and TGA approved. So anything that happens in our sites can be used for product submission or regulatory submissions in different countries. Through our partnership approach, we reach levels of customer satisfaction which are in the CDMO industry pretty exceptional. We have what we call OTIF, on time and in full delivery of the project, that reaches 95%. I think the industry average sits around 75–80%. And then the peerless value, I'll spend a bit more time on that. Being based in Australia provides significant tax incentives, and I can give you, that is all based on what we have in Australia, the biotech ecosystem, and Sally touched a little bit based on that, but we've got world-class infrastructure, great facilities, strong IP laws in intellectual property laws, and the fact that we are members of the OECD means that all the data generated in Australia can be used for data submissions in different countries in the world, all part of the OECD. The regulatory environment in Australia makes it really easy. For phase 0 to phase 1 trials, there's no IND requirement, so which really speeds up the progress of your clinical trials. We can set up a clinical trial in 4 to 6 weeks. Right? If you compare that with other countries, that is significantly faster, and the approval process is very efficient in Australia. Coming back to the value, what we have in Australia is, because when you work with Australian CDMOs or Australian CROs in general, the tax incentive is enshrined in the Australian corporate law, which means that we can deliver, or the ATO delivers refunds of up to 48.5% as refundable tax cost offset. That means you invest or you run a project of $1 million Australian dollars in Australia, you can claim up to $485,000 back cash in hand. Right? So there's huge advantages associated with working with Australian-based CDMOs and CROs. So add that to the favorable exchange rate between the Australian dollar and the Japanese yen, and I think we all have all the ingredients for a successful collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. And so the first speaker after the break is the Biotechnology and Pharmaceutical Industries Promotion Office, BPIPO, and the Development Center for Biotechnology, DCB, from Taiwan. So please.
Good afternoon. My name is Michael Huang. It's really my pleasure to come here to talk about Taiwan and the BPIPO and DCB. And we have 4 people together, so I'm the first one. Okay. No, Taiwan is only 3 hours from Japan to Tokyo. Okay. If you go to northern part, maybe take longer. There's a very close relation between Taiwan and Japan. Of course, then Taiwan is not very far from other major cities in the Eastern Asia. We are bragging that some numbers are pretty good. Okay, according to the report on the healthcare index, we have for a long time a very good national insurance of health. Taiwan, our strengths, including several things. First, we have a very strong semiconductor and ICT industry, which would help us to go across the interdisciplinary cooperation between ICT and our biotech industry. And we have a very comprehensive medical data due to our national insurance. And also we have international aligned regulation and compliance. We are talking about harmonization of compliance all the time. And we also attend the APEC RN meeting in Japan also. And we have a robust medical ecosystem. So Taiwan is just an island from top to bottom, connected by high-speed railroad about 1.5 hours. So it's really not very far. Everything is very closely connected. Before we develop our biotech, it's more like the drug development and manufacturing. But now we are moving toward the biotech plus ICT, that's information and communication technology, and also plus AI. Okay, so we have several focus areas, including we have built a new drug platform and improve the quality and efficiency of smart manufacturing. That's a CDMO, and also AI and R&D. So this is a revenue growth of Taiwan very steadily, even under at the time of pandemic. We still have very steady growth of our revenue in biotech. We are an ideal partner for biotech collaboration. First, we have a very strong R&D capabilities. We have 366 pharmaceutical companies, more than 1,000 medical devices companies, and university, of course. Then we have a very diverse manufacturing capability. We have PICS compliant CGMP facilities for Western medicine, and also high quality of clinical trials. We hope that we could be your best partner in Asia for joint development and technology license, etc. This is because of our national insurance. So we have lots of data for real world data to support our industries across a very wide span of ages here. Strong incentives from government, including R&D subsidy, funds from the government, and also even help for IPO. Our biomedical industry overview, including global performance, R&D progress, and the business, and etc. These are the numbers over here. Now, BPIPO stands for Biotechnology and Pharmaceutical Industry Promotion Office. It's under the Ministry of Economic Affairs. It works across the board of different ministries of Taiwan's government. We focus on 2 things. One is industry promotion. We help Taiwan's biotech industry, including pharmaceutical, medical devices, and applied biotech. Okay, and we also be the government affairs assistance, including policy and strategy. We publish white paper every year. We help all the companies coming to Taiwan, okay, and foreign companies. And if they want to have a communication with the government, and they want to have communication with the Taiwan's business, we help them to do all kinds of communication. We direct them to a right agent, and we help make sure that they have been assisted. And we are one-stop shop service. These are the items that are included in one-stop shop, okay, including commercialization and even stock listing. And we build up lots of connection here every year. And I cannot count how many times we've been here, but we have been in the conversation for past 3-4 years, and we really honored to be part of global growth of biotechnology. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Michael. My name is Jeffrey, and I'm from DCB BD department, and I'm speaking on behalf of our new president, Taekwondo Lee. Okay, so the mission of DCB is to facilitate the development of Taiwan's biotech industry. We are a non-profit organization founded in 1984 by the Taiwan government, and 60% of our employees are in the R&D department. And in the past, we have spun off 6 companies, and we are the promoter of for governmental policies and think tank. Okay, so this is the history of DCB. We started developing APIs and drugs, agricultural and environmental biotechnology, and then we moved into new drug development, expand to biologics and ADCs, and started international collaborations and incubator for new ventures. And in the past 10 years, we started to focus on precision medicine, CGT, and we have a startup and accelerators. Okay. The core functions of DCB are 3 parts. New drug development, we focus on small molecules, biologics, CGT, and nucleic acid drugs. Okay, the therapeutic areas we focus mostly is in oncology field. Okay, so in the BD department, we provide BD services, including drug commercialization, technology evaluation, IP strategy analysis, and also we provide RD services. Okay. Oops. Okay, so this is my last slide, and this is the worldwide partnership of DCB, and we welcome you to speak with us and collaborate with us. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kaz, so I'm based here, but I'm from the cancer-free biotech, the CFO. So let me quickly explain about what we do. So what we want to make is the world the cancer-free. So our headquarters is located in the United States, but we have like an entire operation in the Taipei. The currently we have like 25 team members as well, and we also planning to embark on the Japan market, starting from this year or the next year. So that's the reason why I'm here as well. So let me quickly introduce about our technology here. So what we do is the culture of the cancer cell. So we take like 20 cc of the blood sample from the cancer patients, and we culture that blood for the 2 weeks or the 3 weeks, so that we can get the organoid. It's a 3D the organoid. It's specific to the cancer patients as well. And step 3 is kind of the drug testing. So we can test the 10 types of the drugs or other types of the treatment at the same time using this 3D organoid. So I'm gonna maybe skip the details, but our success rate is quite high. So I think it's the 89% for the tumor. So we can just take a 20 cc of the blood, and we can do this kind of the approach. So in every step of the procedure, so we are utilizing the AI as well as we are collaborating with the NVIDIA, or we are collaborating with the Qualcomm as well. So we are like trying to implement more and more technology in the process as well. So I don't think I have so much of time. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm Judy Zhang, the COO of Unirome. Today, I'm going to introduce our project UA002, stem cell in treating erectile dysfunction drug non-responder. We are the inventor of amniotic fluid stem cells. It's a very unique source of stem cell with only a few volume withdrew during amniocentesis. We can establish a cell bank and also expand to more than 1,000 dosage. AFSC are the youngest stem cells, which is very close to embryonic stem cells, but without any ethical concern or no tumorigenicity. They are available off the shelf, and most promisingly, they possess neurogenic potential. As shown here, you can see the video, AFSC can promote neurite outgrowth significantly. Our target indication is erectile dysfunction patients who do not respond to current oral drugs, such as Viagra or Cialis. And the current treatment options are very invasive, such as penile injection every time before sex, or penile surgery. So what's the population? First, prostate cancer patients. After removal of prostate, patients usually develop erectile dysfunction due to nerve injury, and usually they do not respond to oral drug. And second, and the most population is diabetes. More than 50% of diabetes men suffered erectile dysfunction, and half of them do not respond to drugs. Our UA002 is now in clinical stage. With only one single intracavernous injection, our preliminary data from phase 1 has shown that we can improve the erectile function. 100% of patients can achieve functional hardness. That means the penis is hard enough to penetrate. And 70% of patients can successfully complete sexual activity. We are now recruiting phase 2A, patient for phase 2A, and is now planning for a larger placebo-controlled phase 2B study. So welcome to join us. We are looking for partners, be our partner. Here is the contact info, and thank you. I wish you a fruitful journey in Tokyo.
Right, thank you so much. So our next speaker is Hello Tomorrow Japan from France. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Diane, ecosystem lead at Hello Tomorrow Japan. So today I would like to talk about the ecosystem and trends about life science in France. So France massively invested in healthcare to make the country a nation of bioinnovation. To give you an idea, France invested around 52 billion yen in 5 bioclusters and 1.2 trillion yen over 5 years in biomedical. So I won't go very long in biocluster because we have Genopol, who is a French biocluster, talking just afterwards. But just to give you a rough idea, each biocluster is an innovation ecosystem bringing together laboratories, research centers, companies, and so on and so forth at the same place. So their missions are attract and host companies, also incubate and accelerate startups, promote multidisciplinary training, cutting-edge research, that means industry leads and so on and so forth. We also have a lot of research infrastructure, which are a strategic investment for the future of research in France. So we have a very dynamic ecosystem. We have big companies, among which Sanofi, Servier, bioMérieux, and so on and so forth. Those companies also have tied some very important links with Japanese companies. We also have early stage startups and SMEs, which I will talk about a bit later. Here, the companies that you see are all deep tech pioneers of our pitch contest at Hello Tomorrow. I will talk a bit later if I have enough time. We also have a lot of very prestigious public institutional actors, namely CNRS, INSERM, CEA, and so on and so forth, who are a warrant of the excellence of our research in France. And to finish with the key players, we have investors and VC funds. So we have, of course, foreign investors investing in the French life science, but we also have local investors, BPI France, which is the public bank of investment, also Mérieux Equity, Euraseo Capital, which invest mostly in the digital life science, and also business angels. Amongst the most popular ones, there is Xavier Niel. So let me talk about the smaller ecosystem, which is SMEs. So we have around 2,700 SMEs in France, amongst which biotech, medtech. We have an excellent turnover on them. It's around 3 million euros per companies. And there is an augmentation in the investment in R&D. And most of the SMEs are global expansion ready. So as you can see on the landscape, the life science in France are a growing industry. It employs a lot of people, and 83% of our SMEs plan to hire new people. So we have also a strong support. Most of our companies are incubated or accelerated, member of also competitive people or a cluster. And we have also like a good ecosystem and a good variety in our ecosystem, which means half of our startups are very young startups, but we also have companies that are more mature and more ready also to expand outside. Sorry. So yeah, we have a strong patent activity in 2025. Well, patent activity has always been very strong in France. And the technology goals for our companies, so in medical biotechs, half of the product developed by biotechnology companies aim to eradicate a disease or improve life expectancy. And we have in medtech also half of the technologies who are already on the market are like made to improve autonomy and early detection. So of course with AI, there is also a lot of digital healthcare that are growing. And so it's also an opportunity of investment. So most of our startups and our companies also have a will to expand. A lot of them also have, sorry, I don't have a headquarters or a branch outside. So not a lot are present in Japan, but most of them also still has some ties in Japan. So here are the financing trends. So it was very dynamic. So this was for mostly for last year, but there are a lot of opportunity for investment from the Japanese partners into our ecosystem. So there are there are a drop in a post-Series A funding, which is very important and very interesting for the Japanese ecosystem, as Japanese venture fund, corporate VCs, family offices can enter early, secure attractive stakes and high potential startups, and also make very strategic investment. Regarding the diversified financing, so from licensing to acquisition, so the opportunity for the Japanese investors here are partnering with French biotech in everything regarding co-development and licensing deals, and also access cutting edge in a very valuable price, I would say. There is also some challenge at the entry point, but the capital and the expertise of the Japanese investor can rescue promising companies, acquire valuable IP, or secure a foothold in the European market. And also regarding France 2030 and beyond, the takeaway for Japanese investors can be that the current climate is a rare convergence of opportunity and timing, and with selective investment licensing or co-development, Japanese investors can gain exclusive access to breakthrough therapies and establish a strong European presence. So there is already a strong presence of the Japanese laboratories in France, namely the LAJPF, who are the Japanese laboratories already implanted in France. We have Chugai, Eisai, Fujisawa, Daiichi Sankyo, and so on and so forth. So regarding Hello Tomorrow, so we were born in France. That's why I introduced you to the French ecosystem today. We were created in 2011. We have around 50 people all over the world, and amongst which half of us are scientists. And we have a worldwide network, namely in Paris, also in Istanbul, Singapore, and in Japan. We are just right here in Nihonbashi. So we do a lot of things, ecosystem events. We also do consulting, startup program, and we help also French organization and Japanese organization to get along. So here is our network. We have more than 1,000 investors. We have a lot of corporates and a few Japanese corporates. In the health industry, we worked with Takeda, Chugai, and it was an absolute blast to work with them. And we have a few ecosystem partners also in Japan. We have the NEDO, of course, Ling-J, who make us the honor to have us today, and like a few other ones. Just promotion time. We will hold an event in February. So everything, it's going to be not only healthcare, but everything that is deep tech related. So if you are free on those 2 days, feel free to join us. Thank you very much for your time, and feel free to pop me up after the networking. Thank you.
Konnichiwa. No, I don't know if I pronounce it right. I will stop it here because then it will be a bit complicated for me to speak in Japanese. So I'm here to talk about Genopole, and I'm with one of our companies because we are a biocluster. We are located south in Paris. So what is Genopole? Genopole, we have been founded in 1998. We are a non-for-profit organization located southern Paris. The idea of Genopole is to combine either a biocluster, but also a biopark. So as you can see, we offer offices and labs, technological tools, and also supporting business through different programs. I will get back to it. So where is located Genopole? Genopole is located in Paris region. Paris region is, we all say that about our regions, but at the heart of Europe, one of the most prosperous region in terms of R&D investment in biotech. You can see some numbers here. And one of the leading innovation in Europe. So here is a view from our park. So it's quite outdated, but you can see from the top that we have several campuses, one hospital, one business park, different offices and labs. So the idea of Genopole is to be a continuum dedicated to research, innovation to go to the market. So we start from the fundamental research. We have different research centers that are working on key challenges. Then we support during the innovation to go to the economical development. So first of all, we start with an academic, prosperous academic ecosystem. We are focusing on 4 main research orientation: computational genomics, innovative therapies, industrial biotech, and synthetic biology. Then to reach out an industrial ecosystem well integrated, where you can see that there is 24 platforms, 3,000 square meter in equipment, and we estimate, I don't know if it's completely updated, but 17 million of real estate. The cornerstone of Genopole reflection is really our academic laboratories. So we have main leading laboratories that are focusing on key challenges. I will not go so much into details, but those are one of the leading in France and in Europe. Then we propose also to the platform, to the companies and to the research centers an access to shared high-tech platforms. So basically, if you are a company or research centers, we mutualize for you those different type of equipment. So Genopole is focusing on 2 main key areas. One is historically the innovative therapies, so gene, cell, and biomanufacturing, then the production, with 38 businesses on site, 7 laboratories, and 13 platforms, technological platforms to meet those type of research. Here you can see some of our key companies in the field of innovative therapies and the value chain, because the idea of the biocluster is to create a value chain, again, between the research and the innovation. And then we have recently opened another sectorial area, which is the bioeconomy, with the food tech, for instance, but also the clean tech. So our idea in Genopole, and we have a good illustration with the Xentech, Olivier will present it later, but is to support the development of our companies. Some of them are spin-offs from startups, some of them comes from the entrepreneurship field. So we support them from the creation to the acceleration and to the scale-up, with different programs to do that. The first one, it's called Shaker Program. So you have an idea, you are an entrepreneur, a scientist, and you can join this program to help you create and generate your proof of concept. We provide you with lab, with spaces, with access to our high-tech platforms. Then, once you have successfully reached the first fundraising, we support you in the accelerating program for 1 year. And at the end, once you are set up, we support you in your daily activities to mutualize the resources with the different stakeholders that we have. So as you can see, Genopole is quite an integrated cluster. Again, I insist, cluster and science park. So everything is key-handed. Once you arrive in Genopole, you are supported all along your development. This is really important. But being a cluster is also being a network builder. And so one of the key elements that we can bring to international companies is the access to European network. And for that, we are collaborating with different clusters and ecosystems. And then I will lay the floor to one of our best representative, which will talk way more better about Genopole than myself. Thank you, Olivier.
So, hi, everyone. So my name is Olivier Deas, and I'm very pleased to introduce you to Xentech, a science-driven CRO in preclinical oncology. So, unfortunately, in in anti-cancer drug development still faces two big challenges: high clinical trial failure rates, limited translation of preclinical results into patient benefits. And it's mainly due to the lack of accurate preclinical models, leading to suboptimal drug candidate evaluation. So our goal at Xentech is to increase the success rate of oncology clinical trials through more representative and robust preclinical models, reflecting patient and tumor diversity. Xentech is a spin-off of the Institut Curie, a well-known anti-cancer drug, anti-cancer center research in Paris, and Xentech was incorporated in 2006. We are a pioneer in patient-derived xenograft, PDX technology, human tumor-based experimental models. We are 25 experts in pharmacological oncology, and today we developed more than 250 PDX models in different indications, including breast cancer and prostate cancer, which are very difficult to develop, especially hormonal-dependent models. And with those models, we conduct more than 3,000 studies within a robust quality system, GLP-inspired. So within the management team, we work closely together to ensure long-time scientific and commercial support, and also to ensure to conduct the studies properly in our highest quality standards. Our sponsors are small biotechs and big pharmaceutical companies all over the world, including Japan, and we expect to work with more companies in Japan. We've been working for a long time with AstraZeneca, for instance, and we help them to develop the first PARP inhibitor in the clinic, olaparib. We worked with small companies like Zymeworks, Synaffix, and Beyondis to help them to develop their ADCs technologies. To source our tumor models, to source our tumor samples, we've got active collaboration, of course, with French cancer centers, but also in several international centers in US and Europe, and maybe in the future with the Japanese hospital to source specific cancer from Asian people. We are always honored to see publication with our models highlighting our contribution in the field. And we also published and present our own data in international symposia. Our proposed service is illustrated here. We perform in vitro studies in 2D and in organoids with models derived from our PDX. But most of our studies are conducted in vivo to profile the efficacy of small molecules to cell therapies. And the main way we work is flexibility. We offer a set of data to help our sponsors to choose the best models fitting their needs with clinical information, genetic stability, gene expression, and pharmacological response with standard of care. So this slide is to summarize the key feature of our offer, but we can sum it up in 3 words: expertise, flexibility, and quality. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, so our next speaker is BioM Biotech Cluster Development GmbH from Deutschland.
Thank you so much. Good pronunciation on the country, I must say. So please bear with me. We have 2 presentations until we start the networking session. I'm super proud to present Bavaria and bringing another country to all of the speakers, representing many more. My name is Ariane Deutscher. I'm in charge of international relations at BioM, and I'll give a short introduction into BioM, being a cluster organization, but also our networking ecosystem we have. So at BioM, our vision is to make Bavaria a place for the medicine of the future. And how do we do this? We create a unique ecosystem in biotechnology and medicine to eventually accelerate innovation growth and value creation within Bavaria. Shortly about us, we are a non-profit organization which was funded by the state of Bavaria, so the Ministry of Economic Affairs, and we have been connecting life science players for almost 30 years, so since 1997. We represent Bavarian biotechnology worldwide. We attract international investors, industrial partners, for example, by being at events such as this one. We have a very strong focus of our work on supporting startups and SMEs. We provide coaching and consulting for our founders. And eventually we also have our incubator space. We have opened it last year, and we're super proud to especially provide support for pre-seed activities. So we heard that France is in the middle of Europe. I think I would like to argue this. I think Germany is Central Europe. But I'm here to represent actually a smaller state or a big state of Germany, which is Bavaria. You can see it on the map, and we are based in Munich, in the capital of the state of Bavaria. Within our ecosystem, we also have very great academia, research institutes, university hospitals. Just to name very few ones is the TUM, the Technical University of Munich, and the Ludwig Maximilian University, 2 of the excellence universities within Germany. And we all know it's important to actually bring the great science and research that we have into commercialization, into the market. And for this, we work very closely with other incubators, accelerators, and business support partners within Bavaria. Just to mention a few, we have the Innovation Center in Würzburg, we have the medical cluster called Medical Valley in Erlangen, and also the Innovation and Startup Biotechnology Center based also in Munich. We heard in a lot of numbers. These are just a very few ones on Bavaria. We have more than 500 companies, a couple of farmers, CROs, other service providers. But most of our companies are actual biotech companies. And again, most of these are Bavarian companies, which are very strong in the field of therapeutics, diagnostics, technology platforms, device and reagents. In total, they sum up to 57,000 employees within the biopharma sector within these companies. And this is my favorite slide because it actually shows our drug pipeline of Bavarian biotech SMEs that we have. As you can see, when it comes to stage, most of them are in the preclinical stage, but we also have a good number of candidates in phase 2 and phase 3. When it comes to field, we are traditionally very strong in the field of oncology, infectious diseases, autoimmune diseases, CNS, and also cardiovascular. So we always say that we want to work internationally. We want to bring the right players to each other in the field of life science. And I would like to highlight 3 areas where we think it could be a good case for the German-Japanese pathway. So first, we see good expertise in both countries in the field of regenerative and personalized medicines. And this again provides actually good potential for research collaboration. For example, mRNA-based therapies, cell and gene therapies, advanced therapies, HMPs. We're all going to BioJapan, so I'm fully aware that all of you know this. Second, there are already strategic bridges between German and Japanese hubs in life science by organizations such as LinkJ, JBA, but also the players within Germany. And just to give two examples from our side, we have two MOU partners in Japan already. We have been working for them for almost 10 years, I would say. One of them is the Kawasaki Institute of Industrial Promotion, and the other one is the Osaka Bio Headquarters, who has just been the host yesterday for the EU-Japan Partnering Conference. And third, we strongly believe that we can support biomedical advancement and innovation through industry partnerships. And for BioArm, we do this within our Munich Accelerator Life Science and Medicine. It's shortly called MAXL, very Bavarian name for this. It provides lab space and support for pre-seed teams and very early stage startups. And we try to bring these startups very early on in touch with the industrial side. And we're very proud that our first sponsor and the first partner for the Golden Sponsorship Ticket is Daiichi Sankyo, which has the European headquarters in Munich. So I show you all the numbers about Bavaria and how great it is and how Germany and Japan can collaborate. Let me show you with my last slide how you can actually make use of BioM to get access to this cluster. So I encourage everyone to use our extensive company database. It's freely accessible online on our website. You can find most of our companies there, but also research institutes. You can search and filter through to see what kind of potential partners are there for you. We have different kind of advertising platforms. We organize roundtables, networking events. We had one 2 weeks ago where JBA, for example, was with us. Or we also joined the networking events, of course, such as the LinkJ session in May. And then we have our flagship event every year. I'm not talking about Oktoberfest, but it's BioConnect. It's our own conference, the Forum for Biotech and Life Science. You're very, very much invited to join us next year in the beginning of July. It's really all about bringing the whole Bavarian ecosystem in one place in Munich together and also open up to international audience. We have a startup support program. We have the incubator I already mentioned. It's actually open to also international teams. So it's not only limited to Bavarian teams. We have something called the Pharma Days, where we connect the big pharmas and deep tech players with our academic teams and startups that you would be interested in, sort of some tech scouting, and eventually organize a pharma partnering day. As well, we also provide lab vendor support. Whenever you are in Munich, let us know. We're very happy to receive a delegation and bring you together with the right players that we have on our campus or in our networking, in our ecosystem, sorry. And we cover our news and trends within the biotech system and what is going on, who got the latest financing rounds within our online channels. And with that, you are happy to reach out, and I invite you also to the BioJapan, to the German beer drinking networking session. We heard the Belgian one. We're gonna kick off tomorrow, actually. So please come to our booth. It's the B83. We'll start at 4 p.m. with a sort of Oktoberfest style networking. So I'm happy to see you all there. Thank you so much.
Right, thank you so much. Lots of beer at BioJapan, right? Okay, so I'd like to introduce today's last speakers, Ontario, Canada. Please.
Navigate this.
Hi. Yeah. So this is the last presentation we have. So my name is Stephen. I'm with the Ontario Ministry of Economic Development, Job Creation, Trade from Canada. This is actually the first time we go to BioJapan, but we've been coming to this live session every year. And this year we have 6 companies exhibiting at BioJapan at the booth B110. So each of the company will do the presentation today. Just a little bit talk about what Ontario is like. And Ontario is Canada's largest life science hub and accounting for over half of the Canadian activities in life sciences, focusing on pharmaceutical and medical technologies. And Ontario boasts a dynamic life science ecosystem across cities like Ottawa, Hamilton, London, Mississauga, and Waterloo. And Ontario province has over 2,000 life science companies generating $77 billion revenue. And it's a little bit like the development of the life science in Ontario, the first discovery of insulin in 1921, and the first heart pacemaker in 1950, and also extending to organ transplant technology, genomics, cancer therapy, advanced imaging technology, and AI in drug development. And Ontario life science sector, I mean, it has 2 subsectors, which is the pharma and bio sectors, which employ over 32,000 people. And generate $53 billion revenue with $9.8 billion export. And the MedTech subsector employs over 31,000 people and generate $22.3 billion revenue with $2.7 billion in export. Here's a recent major partnership include a $2.4 billion deal between Fusion Pharmaceuticals and AstraZeneca. And lastly is about the global trials. We have over 3,500 active clinical trials, and most focus on cancer treatment. And next, I would like to have Jojo from Acto to present about the company and technology.
Okay, good evening. Thank you for having us. I am representing Acto. We are headquartered out of Toronto. We are a intelligent field excellence platform built specifically for life sciences. That's the only industry that we currently work with. We combine AI as well as human intelligence to empower sales reps, MSLs, and enable field reps to have very impactful and, most importantly, compliant conversations with HCPs. Driving, of course, patient outcomes. We, again, work only with pharmaceutical, biodevice, and biotech customers. We are compliant, integrated, as well as awarded. We have about 75 plus global clients, while right now the majority of our clients are in North America. We have, over the last year, opened another regional office in London and are expanding our footprint not only in the EU, but globally. I'm proud to say that we have over 40,000 field professionals within our platform right now and have supplied and supported 10% of all FDA launches in 2023 and 24. We are, again, the digital briefcase, the digital footprint, the digital backbone of your sales teams and the enablement. We have a lot of different features that go into supporting those sales reps to have those impactful conversations. While we do everything from field coaching reports to resources, to knowledge checks, to certification, our high priority is also empathetic AI. And how we're currently driving that is with CX Zone. We've all seen AI skyrocket in the market, especially when it comes to AI role-playing simulator, and it's a good reason why. There's limited HCP time, there's lack of clinical fluency, there's a concern about not compliant wording and marketing. So what we have done is we've solved for that. And we've seen the results in some increases, 85% increase in field professional confidence, increase in scientific knowledge, and most importantly, of course, professional engagement that is really driving those patient outcomes. With our tailored solution, while there are others on the market, our specific solution is only tailored to life sciences, meaning that we are built for compliance. We do have a gamified experience that gives you real-time feedback via AI. It will even grade down to openings, closing, clinical fluency, confidence, competence, and every area that your reps are looking to improve. We do also pull in approved materials, whether that's Viva, Salesforce, we do partner with both, or any other materials that the client would like to use. Soon we are also releasing My HCP, which is actually a AI duplicate of your specific HCP to really amplify those conversations using real-world data based on that HCP. Again, the Acto advantages, we have been in the industry over 8 years. We do work with global clients, and we do have localization and translation services within 14 different languages. So we are also empowered to run these AI simulations globally and with the help of our local partners. We are looking to partner with either different pharma or biotech companies and or local partners within this market. And I think that's my time. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Pandan. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Copoly AI. So at Copoly, our mission is simple yet ambitious. We want to harness the AI and biotechnology to transform cancer diagnostics, improve outcomes, and save lives. So our innovative product, OncoSage, is the realization of that mission. So OncoSage is a blood-based AI-powered early cancer detection platform. So we're looking at a signal coming from the blood using the RNA-seq data from the platelets. Right? We built a model based on 7,400 clinical samples and validated with over 1,400 real patient data. And the result speaks for itself. So we got an overall accuracy for lung cancer at 96.5 detection, with precision, sensitivity, and specificity all close to or above 90%. If you look at just the early stage, stage 1 and 2, our test achieves a sensitivity of 99% and specificity of 99.8%. Those are the numbers our competitors are struggling to match. In the cancer care, timing is everything. Catching a cancer at stage 1 oftentimes means the difference between a patient that lives decades longer or a patient with an end-stage disease that has limited options. So at Copoly, we believe cancer does not discriminate, and neither should the solution. So we invite all of you to join us to create a healthier tomorrow and to give the patient a fighting chance that they deserve through early cancer detection. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Diana Kraskowska. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Dalriada Drug Discovery. We're a Toronto-based company focusing on innovation in small molecule precision therapies. Specifically today, I want to share a little bit more with you around our iClass platform, where the objective of the platform is to truly unlock the hard-to-drug targets using the small molecule therapeutics. We have achieved a lot of progress using small molecule therapies, but still a lot of targets remain what we call undruggable. And we do that through iClass by obtaining massive amounts of target druggability data in live cells by interrogating the interactions between the small molecules and the proteome in a live cell. So what our platform delivers is mainly two things. One is we identify the novel druggable pockets on the high-value therapeutic targets, and those include cryptic pockets and the protein interaction sites. And the second is we deliver the chemistry, novel chemistry that interacts with those pockets that has not been reported previously. So how we do it is we measure the life cell interactions with small molecules across the proteome. This data is massively annotated on molecular level, and we feed the hundreds of millions of data points into the drug hunter type interface where we can make actionable decisions on the small molecule programs. To date, we have accumulated over 30 million of live cell interaction data points, and more than half of those data points have never been previously reported, and the interactions are novel. And from these massive interactome data, we are transforming them into a first-in-class therapeutics pipeline for the hard-to-drug targets across a number of therapeutic areas. And we focus mainly on the hard classes like transcription factors, scaffolding proteins, and non-enzymatic protein functions. We are progressing the programs normally in collaboration with industrial partners. And we welcome if you have any questions or inquiries about the partnerships, either at the reception or just reach out to us at the information provided. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Joel Ramjes and I'm the CEO for Northern Vascular Systems. I think I'm one of the last two presentations, so you're like 4 minutes away from being done here. Don't worry about it. I want to quickly define a term, embolization. That's what we're working on. And so sometimes the body forms blood vessels that aren't supposed to be there. This could be a tumor, this could be an aneurysm, and you want to block these in a controlled manner. That controlled blocking is embolization, and that's what we're focused on. We come out of a neurosurgery lab, so we're focused around brain aneurysms, brain tumors, and shunting lesions, but this is applicable to a whole host of other applications, such as chronic subdural hematoma, prostate lesions, and uterine fibroids as well. So what we've come up with to solve this problem is a light-activated liquid embolic gel. So with this gel, what you're able to do is to have a material that stays as a water-soluble material that's going to stay in its gel form unless it's exposed to the correct wavelength of light. So only when exposed to the correct wavelength of light does it solidify. Otherwise, it remains in its gel-like form. This means that a clinician can control when, where, and how occlusion happens within the body. And I'm happy to do this demo for you in real time, but what this means is that we could take something like an aneurysmal structure and fill it completely and only solidify it when we are certain that we're able to actually cause the full occlusion of that structure. And so we've designed this with clinicians in mind. It's fine-tuned and controllable to fit any pathology. We can change the viscosity on the fly. It's miniaturized and it's deliverable. We've made it to fit within the existing workflows, so it doesn't change how a clinician already operates, and we deliver both the gel and the light at the tip, and at the same time, maintain mechanical properties so that we're matching the mechanical properties of the brain. And of course, all of this means nothing unless we show it actually works in actual applications. And so with our preclinical data, whether it's high flow vessels, hypervascular lesions, AVMs, or aneurysms, we're able to treat all of these with our gel. It's a pretty large market of 5.5 billion. And with that, the reason for doing this technology now is that there's emerging treatment pathologies. The recent changes to middle meningeal artery embolization for chronic subdurals opens a huge market for this. And there's existing IP that's expiring for the current state of the art. So everyone's looking for the new technology to get in on. And so what we have with this is a best-in-class light-based embolic system for neurovascular disorders. It's non-toxic, water-soluble, cures on demand, and treats what others can't. It's backed by significant preclinical data, including some successful veterinary cases, and we're going to have our first in human cases before the end of the year. So really exciting for us and a little scary, but it's a platform technology that's scalable far beyond just embolization. We're really excited about the technology. If you want to learn more about it, if you're interested in partnering, please come find us after, or you can find my contact information down there. Thank you so much for your time.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Mingjie Xie. I'm the co-founder and CEO of RapidNovo. RapidNovo is an antibody sequencing and a discovery CRO. So what we have developed is a very unique technology to sequence antibody proteins directly. So here I want to highlight, we sequence the protein directly, not the DNA, not the RNA. We go after the functional protein. So we start off the company offering remap service to sequence monoclonal antibodies without the need of cell line or DNA materials from N to C, full sequence. And over the years, we evolved the technology. Recent years, we offer repap technology, that is to sequence polyclonal antibodies directly from the circulating blood, either from an immunized animal or patient, even human patients. Recently, we have two publications. One is in PNAS, the other is in Nature Communication. Both demonstrated the power of repap that is capable to discover neutralizing or inhibitory antibodies, very high-value antibodies for diagnostic or therapeutic purpose. So here is a quick CRO. This is our service catalog. So beside the sequencing work, we also have the service to do the epitope mapping using HDX-MS, as well as antibody characterization. So a quick overview of our company. We founded in 2015. We have about 50 employees, and to date, we have 11 high-resolution LC-MS instrument, and we have sequenced more than 11,000 monoclonal antibodies and over 100 polyclonal antibodies. And so for this trip, I do hope to meet prospective partners and customers to help them to discover antibodies in a very new and unique way. So thank you.
Thank you very much. This concludes the presentation from Ontario. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much. Lots of exciting information, and I feel more excited to attend BioJapan tomorrow, right? And yet, amazingly, we are almost on time. So please give a big round of applause to all the presenters this afternoon.